Art, you came on board and started to work on some of the Mustang projects. What are some of the things you worked on? I know the Bullet was one of them, right?
Yeah, I actually joined the company out of engineering school to work on the Indy Pace car. I had been working on turbocharged engines in Worcester Polytechnic Institute in Massachusetts, where I went to school. That was 77. And then did the 79 launch and the 80 launch. And then I did the SVO engine. And then I did, like that one? I like that too. And then I had a period of time where I was in charge of the convertible Mustang and had to relaunch it at Cars and Concepts, which was a whole set of, that was like a snake bit. That was a very difficult real thing to do. The convertibles are hard. Convertibles are very, very hard to do well. And then went on and became the body manager of the SM95. And then after that became the chief of Mustang. And so I preside over 2 generations of the car, SM95 and the S197. And left S197 without signing program approval.
You think about that a little bit. I want to come back to you later. John, how do you rank Mustang Club's importance to the Mustang success?
Oh, wow. The Mustang is unique in the car world because, you know, Ford, no matter what vehicle you have, if you have a Ford, there's a club for it. And I mean, Escort, Pinto, there's 5,000 people in the Pinto Club. Maverick, Galaxy, Torino. When you go to the Carlisle Nationals, there's fans for all of it. But nothing's like Mustang. Ford learned early on to watch the T-Bird clubs to see how they took this really cool car and lived a lifestyle from it. As opposed to the other, we had Model A clubs and Model T clubs, but that was mostly to get parts and keep the cars going. But Thunderbird kind of changed that, and you know how Lee Iacocca loved Thunderbirds.
Yeah.
And so he always tried to make the Mustang the poor man's Thunderbird. So the club world, Ford started the National Council of Mustang Clubs right away. We learned something really fast, that we're not good at running car clubs. We never were. And I can say that because I helped found the SVTOA when I was at SVT. But what we're good at is watching you enjoy your car. So I think early on we learned that if you listen to the Mustang community, they will determine how this car should be enjoyed. So we look over the world now, and I know all of you, well, I haven't seen this many people down here since Selena and Ron's party. If we look, I know all of you tonight want to get home because you're going to watch the wedding tomorrow morning. That's all you're talking about.
Did you get your invitation?
Actually, the Royal Monaco car.
Did you get your invitation to the wedding? I think ours got lost.
I think Jeff was invited, or maybe Dale. But what happened is that at the company we saw a seismic shift, and that is unlike all the other cars out there. And no difference to the Porsche Club guys; they're all great. And Corvette guys, and I'm surprised those guys don't have bad nicks from all the gold chains on them. My wife said, don't say those things. And there are a lot of great clubs, but what happened was, we learned as a company that when we didn't save our, except for Shorty and a couple of great, we didn't save our concept cars, we were making cars. So Gail and guys in the design center were designing Mustangs, and Art was building them, and Chuck was making them, specialty models make go faster and cooler, and our job was to make you love them and help you enjoy them. So now, what's happened is you went out into this world, and all of the people here can vouch for this. When you go, I don't know, you go to Home Depot. You ever lose your car at Home Depot? No, you know, there's my Mustang, and you park 8,000 miles away. There's idiots within your door because you love this car. Some of you called it a child. Oh, there's Betsy. You call it a name. Some of you love your car so much that it's like a member of your family. You don't buy a car and say, I want to buy this Mustang, and I wonder what the resale value is. Because you're saying, I wonder which one of my children are going to get this when I go. The Mustang Club, we learned as a company that the Mustang Clubs are guiding this. You're owning our history. We don't have a pile of these cars anywhere. We're not saving them. You are maintaining the history. You are the ones that are selling. When you go to the gas station and you're filling up, some guy goes, wow, is this your car? Oh, and they give you the thumbs, right? And all of you experience this because you don't have that car, that appliance that the other people have. And I know I like to make fun of some of the real popular, Mustang's a very popular car, let's face it. You're driving an icon. This isn't, very few cars can be called an icon. So just because you're popular doesn't mean you're going to be an icon. You can sell a lot of cars and you're just a car. For example, the best-selling car in America right now that's an end is the Toyota Camry. But I don't think 50 years from now, the AACA will have a Camry exhibit. In fact, if you want the Camry, you get a Home Depot, you're clicking your keys to see which one of those are. Which one of these beige bars of soap are mine? Dale didn't want to give you a bar of soap. And a lot of those people don't care. They just want to drive the car. That's fine. And for those people, we feel sorry for them. Because all of you out there, when you drive your car, you have this emotional connection to it. It does something to you on the inside. So it was the job of Gail to give you that beautiful look, and Art build these cars, and Chuck to make them special. And then it was just up our company to understand the value of the club. And I don't know that there is a liaison member in Toyota that helps people, or maybe the Hyundai accent. I don't think you have those people, but we have it because of you. So I think that we cannot underestimate the value of you as enthusiasts to the company, because you sell more Mustangs than J. Walter Thompson. You sell more than our ads. When people see you, they're driving along the street and they go, what's going on? Look at all those Mustangs in that parking lot over there. I mean, you don't see them do that for any other car. So we learn and know the value of the Mustang Club, and we are really the Ford family, Team Mustang, and everybody that works at the company that touches this product totally gets and understands and loves you guys for it. So thank you for Ford.
Thank you. Gail, as a Mustang designer, how do you compare today the 2018 Mustang, is supposed to be the best one ever?
It's a trick question.
I don't know, I have a 2015, I love it.
Let me state it this way. I think today's Mustang is beautiful, but it has way too much fusion in it. It's got a fusion roof, a fusion bottom side, a fusion front end. That's about it.
What about, you didn't mention the tail lights on that fusion tail lights.
They lost the Mustang cues that say Mustang.
Mr. Hackett's calling you right now.
Hackett should go.
Okay, Art.
So I didn't say that. I'm old enough to say that.
Look here for Gail.
You really want to.
He's still getting a paycheck.
Art, what was your favorite Mustang to work on and why? You worked on a bunch of Mustangs.
I worked on a lot of Mustangs, but I think actually the first thing I'd like to say is my favorite Mustang is not the car, it's the people.
That's what I said.
I went to I was one of those guys who went to the '64 World's Fair and fell in love with a car, waiting in line, and then elbowed my brother out of the way so I could sit behind the wheel. When, you know, that time when they were questioning our parentage, you know, for the probe, I was the guy. I had to go to Mazda and tell them, take the name Mustang out of the bumper. It was 6 months from production. And they said, couldn't you guys make up your mind a little earlier? And then later on, guess what? We did it all again. 15 years later, roughly, I was confronted with the senior management telling me, hey, the next Mustang after the SN95 is going to be a front-wheel drive car. And I said, and as the chief, it was kind of like Mission Impossible. So you had no idea what they were going to tell you. You walk in the room and literally it's just like, you know how Jim Phelps, you know, gets the tape recorder and it says, you know, it's going to, the secretary will disavow, acknowledge your actions, and then it runs up, right? So literally they told me there was going to be a front-wheel drive car and it was going to be aluminum body even, which is expensive. And I said, that's very fine. We'll do that under one circumstance. It's not a Mustang. It could be a Capri, but we, you know, we ruined Cougar that way. And so we're not going to do that again. So Mustang's too important to do that. And so it took about a year and a lot of friends and a lot of manipulation of situations with meeting people in bars and stuff like that, and talk to people so they didn't think it was coming from me. Sometimes you have to do these things, right? You have to do these things to get the right things done in big organizations, particularly with people that are from Europe and they don't know what a Mustang is. They only seen Mustangs in movies, right? They don't know. And they're nice, they're good guys, but they don't know. So we have to have the real people come and talk to them. And because once again, like John said, is absolutely true, Ford does not control the Mustang brand. You do. Because the community is the most important thing. And Mustang is America. Mustang is personal expression. It is, you know, frankly, a lot of people buy this car to say, don't mess with me. Right? A lot of women buy Mustangs, and that's literally in our research. That's what it said. They tell us, don't mess with me. And we would go driving and meet people. We go around the country to try to understand what they really wanted, because you can't just show somebody a property and say, is this what you want in 5 years? Because they don't know, right? They don't know what the choices are going to be. But you can find out values and attitudes, and we would go and spend days with these people, and you have to love them, you know, right? Because in the end, Mustang's competition is not a Camaro. Nobody cross-shopped a Mustang and Camaro, pretty much. They don't. You know what Mustang's competition is? Is vacations and big screen TVs and other use of disposable income. That's why we made the S197 to be, frankly, just like the car that Chuck worked on, right? And what Gail worked on. Because the most important thing is people wanted a Mustang. They did not want a modern car in some sense. They wanted a Mustang. Instant vacation. They are Steve McQueen. We had a lot of women that weren't alive when the movie Bullet was made saying, I'm Steve McQueen when I get in this car. And that's great, right? It's fantastic. You know, Toyota would kill for that. Oh, man. And I worked with a lot of guys from Toyota. I have tremendous respect for Toyota, but they just don't get it. They don't understand. They tried. Supra and Celica. They tried. But in the end, so I think my favorite is there was a string of them, but you know, ends in probably. I love the 2001 Bullet because that was a fun car to do. And I love the Mach 1, because frankly, Mach 1 saved the Mustang. If there wasn't a Mach 1, there would not have been an S197. The Mach 1 was done to demonstrate that when I took over Mustang, we were losing money. That's why they wanted to go front-wheel drive, save money. And in the end, the Mach 1 had more profits than a King Ranch pickup truck. Most profitable car Ford had made up to that point. More than Lincoln's. and it saves the car. So Mark 1 is down at Port But in the end, I have a special spot for S197, and it's just a beautiful 05 car that we got. Sean Todd did the original theme, and we had a team of designers working on it. And I think that they captured it really well, and they did have a lot of Gail's design clues that he was just talking about.
There's nothing wrong with that, because when the new Porsche 911 came out in 2005, I know we had a new Mustang. What did the media say? Oh, Ford doesn't have an original idea. That Mustang looks just like the original Mustang. Oh, Ford. But when the 911 came out, what did it look like? The 911. Did anybody say Porsche? No, because at this point, folks, Mustang is now in your head so much. It's like it's that shape. It's like a Coke bottle. You know, you don't have to. You see, have a label on it. You know, that's a Coke bottle. The Mustang is in our eyes and our minds. We know what it's supposed to look like. We clinicked the S550 with no badges on it, just because of the way it flowed. People said, "Is that the new Mustang?" They didn't say Fusion, but they did say. The announcement is Mustang will replace Fusion in NASCAR. But it's because by now it is such an icon. We're driven by this beautiful shape, and you know, I hate to say it, but it's true. You guys are buying this thing because it's beautiful, and when you drive it, people look at you and they go, "Wow, that's what you want." And that's what you don't need. Nobody in here needs a Mustang. Nobody.
Right. Nobody needs a Mustang.
Except emotionally.
You have to want it. You have to
And
want it.
I've asked this question, Art, and then you say when Chuck was involved in the Shelby's now what we do. And when we got 662 horsepower, I made the mistake of going to a club meeting. He said, "Who needs 662 horsepower?" The entire room raised their hand. Really? Really? Come on. What's wrong? Here's the problem, that because of these gentlemen, they've made something that turns all, and I'm not saying anyone here is old. I have gray hair.
Young at heart.
I'm saying they
All
turn
young.
every one of you into a 16-year-old. You act like a child. When you're driving out of here, I'm gonna hear pipes and tires. Why is that? You're children. You are nothing but overgrown children. And thank you for being that way. Thank you very much.
This is Cam from NortheastWheelsEvents.com. I hope you enjoyed that video. Check it out. And check out the exhibit at the AACA Museum in Hershey, Pennsylvania. For more cool events like this, check NortheastWheelsEvents.com, SoutheastWheelsEvents.com, UKWheelsEvents.com. And while you're there, post and share your events. I'll see you guys at the show.